So, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
This week we are doing a totally different holiday.
We are.
We are on the Norfolk Broads.
We are. We are on a boat that we've hired from Herbert Wood's Boatyard, which is in Potter Heigham, and this boat is called the Delight 2.
It is.
We don't know whether it will be a delight or not. We'll find out.
There are three of us.
There's me, Roger, and my mum.
And I have never done a boating holiday before, so it's going to be interesting. We're here for a week.
Yep.
You've done a boating holiday before?
I've done 2 or 3 boating holidays as a child, yes. And Mum absolutely loves the Norfolk Broads, which is why we're here. And we hope that there'll be 2 things. 1, the weather will be half decent, is what we hope. And 2 is that it meets her expectations.
Yes, exactly. She used to do a lot of sailing here.
Yes. As a teenager and as a young adult.
We decided against hiring a sailing boat. So this is just a plastic tub, which we will show you shortly.
Yes. This is our home for the week. This is a boat called Delight 2 and it's from Herbert Wood's Boatyard. And we arrived yesterday and we came from Potter Heigham to Womack Island, and it has been the most perfect place to stop for the night. We were getting a bit, not desperate, but it was about 4:30 by the time we stopped. And this is just stunning. It's so peaceful here. About 4 or 5 boats came past us last night, but it has been absolutely gorgeous. We had deer on that bank over there last night, swans, ducks. It's been lovely. And we're now going to go through the boat and I'm going to show you where we're living for the week. So the boat has a large canopy that goes up and down, which is this slidey bit that you can see here, which Roger put down this morning because it's much easier to see if the canopy's down. But this is us going onto the boat, making sure we don't fall in, obviously. So there's a little deck at the back here, very small, but it's fine. And then in here we have our galley, not the kitchen, I'm not allowed to call it the kitchen. Little sink, small fridge, cooker, little cupboard there with all the bits and pieces in, and then this is meant to be a cabin, but actually this is where we're storing all of our food and things because actually it's tiny and we can't really do anything with it otherwise. But it'll be perfect for one person, I guess. It would be okay. This is our food storage room. And then Mum's cabin is in the middle, which I think I can show you, but I don't actually know whether she's in or not, so maybe I'll do that in a minute. And then in the next bit we've got this lovely big bit in the middle here, and this is where we all sit, and this is where Captain Rog drives the boat from. Here he is, Captain Roger, who's injured at the moment as well. He fell down that step yesterday.
Managed to fall down that step there.
Yeah, I know. Don't even go there.
Got a huge bruise on my hip.
And then this is our cabin at the front here, on the pointy end, in the bow. And this isn't too bad at all, actually. It's meant to be for 3 people. It would be very cosy with 3, because this is the bed that the 3rd person's meant to sleep on. And then there is a little bathroom in here as well. Very cosy and bijou, but it's fine. It does the job. Yeah. And so yes, it seems like this is going to be a really nice place to be for the week. The forecast is pretty good as well. So we very much hope that this is going to be a lovely spot to have for our week. So last night we stayed on Womack Island. Womack Island? Yes, it was Womack Island, wasn't it? And it was absolutely beautiful. And now we're just coming back to the main river, which is called the Thurn. Mum says it's called the Thurn. And there's a nice windmill you can see in the distance there. And we're about to join this main bit of river. The wind seems to be picking up a little bit, but that's okay.
We did learn our lesson this morning in the fact that we did struggle to get out of our mooring point.
Which was ridiculous because we weren't sandwiched in by boats or anything, but
no.
There you go.
But basically, because this boat doesn't have bow thrusters on it, it's very much a case that in reverse you don't have any steering. So it just goes straight. So it's very much a case of push the back out as far as possible and then reverse a bit.
Yeah, so you've got enough room to basically then manoeuvre around the front bit.
Yeah.
But that's fine, as you say, we learnt our lesson.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see tonight whether we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely.
It was a beautiful spot. We saw deer this morning as well. And Roger is currently driving the boat. I don't know what you call it. He's been the captain. And Mum is...
That's the helm.
Mum says he's at the helm. That's fair enough. And then these are the this is what I remember about the Norfolk Broads, is these fantastic reeds either side of the rivers here. But it is beautiful.
Another
It is.
lovely day as well at the moment, which
And
is
very
always good.
quiet.
Very quiet, which is nice, but it's quite early, isn't it? Most people are probably still having breakfast, so.
This is Barton Broad, and this apparently is where Nelson himself learned to sail. It's a very wide expanse of the river. There's a few craft around, but it's not too busy at the moment, which is always good. Very windy out here though.
I don't like being on my own. I could use someone to hold. And I've been trying to fill the void, but my bed is getting cold. 'Cause I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. You said you had to go away just to figure out who you are. And I'm in this empty house with your pictures on my wall. But I don't have you, I don't have us, at least not anymore. Just waiting for love, waiting for love. Try to forget about you makes me restless. Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do, it's hopeless to be holding on to you.
I've handed the controls over to Jill, mainly because this is a bit of a dodgy part, and she was steering on the way out here, so I thought might as well do it on the way back as well. So this is Ludden Bridge, quite a narrow place. For some reason you're meant to sound your horn, I don't know why. Yeah, not the best horn in the world, but once again, with skill, Jill is going through this bridge. Luckily we don't have to duck, but safely made it through the bridge. Well done, Jill. As I say, I thought I'd better hand over controls for the tricky bits anyway.
We are in Horning, which is on the Norfolk Broads, and we've had a little wander around the village. We wandered back hoping to get a ferry across the river, and there wasn't one anymore. There was one last year, but not this year apparently. And we're just having some lunch, and Horning apparently means the folk who live on the high ground between the rivers, according to the little board in the village green there. It's a very pretty little village. This pub itself dates from 1680 something.
Yeah, no, it's very nice actually.
It is, it's a lovely little village, and we've moored literally just done there. The weather is perfect indeed, and we've just seen the Mississippi riverboat coming in. Doesn't seem very appropriate for the Norfolk Broads, but there you go.
No, it's called the Southern...
Southern Belle, isn't it, I believe?
No,
Oh, Southern Comfort, sorry, yes.
Yes, just behind Jill there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is the first time we've actually been off the boat
It is.
since we got it.
It is, apart from mooring up, that's about it really.
Yeah. So our steps haven't really been, we haven't done many steps over the last couple
No,
of
but
days.
that's fine, that's fine. Hopefully we're now going to have a very tasty lunch. Roger and Mum are both having pizza and I'm having a salad.
It's our fourth morning on the Norfolk Broads. Last night we had thunder, lightning and some rain. Not as much rain as I thought there would be, but a lot of thunder and lightning, which is quite cool. Went to start the boat this morning and unfortunately it won't start. The battery seems to be dead. So just phoned Herbert Woods, who we hired the boat from, and again, unfortunately, because we're actually on an island, we're moored on an island, they would normally come by car, but obviously as we're moored on an island they can't come by car, so they are going to have to come by boat, which is going to take a bit longer. It's going to be interesting to see how long they come, or it takes for them to come. It's now just gone 9 o'clock. We did hear a noise this morning. There was a bleeping about 6:30. We were just coming to at that stage anyway, so it didn't really wake us up, and that appeared to be the alternator, and we turned that off, or the inverter, which we turned off. The alternator light has been on a few times, but it just seems the battery's completely dead. So let's see how long it takes for Herbert Woods to come out and try and fix this. Our plan today was literally to go across the other side of the river to a nature reserve, so we've not got far to go there, but we might, if he puts a new battery in, that's not going to be a problem, but if he jump starts this battery, we might need to cruise around a bit before we can stop. So an exciting day ahead.
So we're at the nature trail. We managed to get the boat started again. The Mr. Rod Throttle Man had to come out and I don't know, change the battery or something, did he? I can't
He
remember.
changed the battery, and basically...
The alternator's a bit dodgy, is what he said, wasn't it?
Yes, but we've got to keep it running for 5 hours a day, which seems ridiculous, but there you go.
It does, but there we are. Anyway, when we made it to the other side of the river, to the nature trail, and this little boat is how the lady gets here every day. She has to row in from Wroxham. She came past us earlier on. Very efficient, although she was going with the water, of course, but that was interesting. But yeah, she has to row upstream to go back again, and this is where she's moored. Yeah, in the staff mooring spot, which is quite cool.
But you do hope she would be efficient.
You do hope she'd be quite efficient,
As
yes.
you say, she was a very good rower.
I guess we forgot about the way we could sit and talk all night. We just let the good times pass and got caught up in our fights. I say I don't mind, but that's a lie. Thought we'd work it out.
So we're on the nature trail at Hoveton Great Broad, and we've been looking at hawker dragonflies and various species of plant so far. And it's absolutely beautiful. No boats allowed on this broad, which is nice. And yes, it is lovely. Doesn't feel as hot today because the sun's not out, but actually it is still very warm.
So we just spent a very pleasant hour and a quarter, hour and a half wandering around the nature trail. That was very nice. Got back to the boat and there is nothing. So try to start it, it doesn't even turn over, nothing at all. So again, we phoned up Herbert Woods and an engineer is going to get back to us. So last time we waited for a couple of hours. It's not great, I have to say, but it's one of those things. We will see what happens this time.
We are at St Benet's Abbey, and this is an abbey that was founded in about 1100, something like that, and it was very, very rich and very prosperous, had a site of 88 acres, and it was the only abbey in England that didn't get dissolved in the dissolution of the monasteries. And then in the 1800s, or in the 18th century, this windmill was built into the gatehouse of the abbey. The abbey basically fell into disrepair and was abandoned in about 1540 something. And in the 18th century, this mill was built into the gatehouse of the abbey, which is quite amazing. I mean, it now stands as a monument. So here we are. We've had a very interesting day. As you know, we called out the man to come, the AA, the equivalent of the boat AA man, to come and have a look at the boat, which he did. Twice. And then when he left the second time...
Having installed 3 brand new batteries.
So the second time he installed 3 brand new batteries. He installed another one on the first time, so we've got 4 brand new batteries on the boat. And the second time he left and he said, you're going to need me to come out again because I need to install a relay, because the trouble was the engine wasn't charging the batteries, so the batteries were just being drained all the time. So we've moored up here at St Benet's Abbey and we rang Mr AA man, and he suitably came out very quickly actually, and he was actually seeing another boat along here as well, so it's not too bad. And yes, we had to run the engine for about half an hour after he left, which was a bit annoying, but that's fine.
This one he actually managed to come in a van.
Yes.
The first 2, because we were on islands, he could only come in a boat.
Yes, and the van is just down there, and it was only a sort of a quarter-mile walk for him or something, which wasn't too bad at all.
Yes.
He did have to put his stuff on a trolley to bring it along though, because it does look very heavy. So but we hopefully tomorrow, well, as Roger said, we'll be able to start the engine first time and just go. Fingers crossed. So we've just met a sailing boat which has right of way on the Broads, and we have to follow their skipper instructions as to what they want us to do. So he said just keep going straight, which is fine.
Be holding on to you. I guess we forgot about the way we could sit and talk all night. We just let the good times pass and got caught up in our fights. I say I don't mind, but that's a lie. Thought we'd work it out. I've tried to let you go. Memories, they tend to stay. Doesn't matter anyway, 'cause it won't be you and me. Now I'm just waiting for love, waiting for love. Try to forget about you makes me restless. Waiting for love, waiting for love. I don't know what else I can do, it's hopeless to be holding on to you. can do